Underneath the sexual assault category, there is a term regularly used by professionals and researchers known as the push and reject dynamic. This concept is the idea that in a heterosexual relationship, the men press or initiate these moves in a sexual setting when trying to engage in sexual activity. And the women are the ones who decide whether or not to reject these moves. The idea can be seen as uncomfortable or even annoying to women, as they sometimes might even want the sexual intimacy. So this can later move on into rape or even violence.
According to the authors, rape culture is an environment that justifies, naturalizes, and even glorifies sexual pressure, coercion, and violence. Rape culture allows rapists to think that their actions are okay, when in fact they are not. People that are getting attacked feel as if they cannot do anything about the crime that's taking place. Alternatively, 81% of people that fight back end up successfully getting out of the situation. In other words, rape culture is a society that essentially does not respect a person's rights or safety.
The orgasm gap is a phenomenon that is an unnatural social product resulting from the sexual binary, which focuses on male orgasms. The orgasm gap is explained to be the disparity between males reporting a disproportionately higher number of orgasms than females from heterosexual intercourse. Contrary to many misconceptions, females are not incapable or bad at having orgasms. According to the authors, women who pleasure themselves or partake in same-sex relationships report having a number of orgasms that is up to about 3 times the amount men experience. This disparity is explained by social expectations and the sexual script. Social expectations of the attractiveness of women place their focus on their bodies during heterosexual intercourse, making it more difficult to focus on stimulation and reach climax. The social expectations of females serving males also makes the female orgasm less important. This sexual script leads couples to penile-vaginal intercourse and ignores the possibility for clitoral orgasms. The orgasm gap is therefore a result of doing gendered sexualities in the same way one does gender.
Ready? So extended adolescence, that is a very significant time in a young person's life. That's where they kind of develop themselves and try to ready themselves for the future to be part of the adult world. There's many young people who may participate in parties that have drug or alcohol activity happening. And that type of activity, that type of adult activity, will then lead to what we call hookup culture.
My concept was politics of respectability is a form of resistance to negative racial stereotypes that involve being good and following the conservative norms of appearance and behavior. So example of it would be a male black student may not want to participate in a hookup culture but would be resistant, feeling the need to perform. The politics of respectability by not reinforcing stereotypes tailored to black men.
So many students don't know where the dangers of rape culture occurs. They believe and are afraid that strangers are the ones that result in the highest percentage of rape incidents. In reality, the dangers of sexual assault are done by people they already know and often happens in places they believe should be safe, such as fraternity houses and dormitory. To ensure safety preventions and precautions to all students, bystander intervention programs are present to educate students about sexual assaults, the incidents that happen, and how to safely intervene them. These programs are put in place for every individual on the campus.